Good morning, people. You join me today for my beautiful park up next to a main road, but we are in Switzerland. I left France yesterday and the drive to get here was absolutely unbelievable. I've seen so many of these little pull-ins along the way, but I wasn't sure which one to pull into until I saw this. Look at that mountain up there. I could not resist. There's loads of these little spots, so you can see obviously there's a few vans here. Oh look, that one's from the UK. There's a few vans down here. Oh, we've got an old pigeon style van. It's on a bit of a slope, so I don't know whether I'd want to actually sleep here for the night, but that view is something that I simply couldn't miss. And I've just noticed right up there, just to the right of that mountain, you can see a small sliver of the moon. That is absolutely incredible. And spot number 2 that I simply could not resist pulling into is here. We shouldn't stop long because I'm literally right on the corner of this hairpin bend, and I'm also sort of precariously placed on the edge of a very steep hill, but the view up in front of me here is absolutely spectacular and well worth stopping for. And from there the views just continued to amaze me. We went up and over the mountains, twisting through all sorts of valleys. It was absolutely incredible. And then I eventually rocked up here in Switzerland. Like I say, we are next to a main road. I only pulled up originally just to get a little bit of rest and check some emails, but no one disturbed me or told me to move on. Couldn't see any parking signs, so I ended up staying here for the night. But that is not a bad thing, because we might have a main road there, but in front of me here we have a lake, and not just any lake. This is absolutely spectacular. The weather wasn't all that great when I first rocked up, but at sunset I caught the most beautiful view. The sun just slipped behind the mountain in the distance there, just as a train was coming by. And despite the road noise, I actually had a pretty decent night's sleep. To be fair, this van is well soundproof, so that sort of thing doesn't really bother me. But that means I'm fresh and ready for a brand new adventure. So I'm currently on this little windy mountain road, going alongside the lake, which is to the right of me, and I'm heading towards a campsite. So basically I'm just going to leave the van there. It's a nice safe place to leave it, whilst I think I've got to then get a bus maybe into the local town. But it's a beautiful town. It's somewhere that I wanted to stay before when I was in that motorhome and I drove from Italy to the UK. But I didn't have time, so I had to bypass it. But this time there will be zero bypassing occurring, because we are going to stop and explore. I am about 1 minute away now, but I've been trying to find somewhere to pull over and purchase a fresh bread, but I haven't found anywhere yet, which is annoying because yesterday I purchased a succulent beef. Maybe this campsite has its own little shop, but it's out of season I think, so probably not. New plan. I've just rang the guy again and he said just book myself in and pay on this thing basically. He'll still meet me here soon because he's going to give me a pass to get into the town on the bus. I asked him which ones are the best ones and he reckons between 55 and 65. It's that one, that one, that one or that one. I'm not going to look, I'm just going to sort of wave my hand around and... 64! Now all we've got to do is figure out how the hell to find 64. Where are the numbers? Oh right, over there in the hedge there's a number. Well, 3 of them had numbers, none of the rest appear to. Right, that was an absolute mission. These spots do look nice, right? But it's really hard to see where the numbers are. I'll show you in a minute. But also somebody is in my space. I feel like, what's that? Goldilocks. That's the one. How dare that little bear. I'll be honest, I don't even know if I'm technically in a space. I'm going to have to ask the geezer when he gets here. But these are the numbers just down here. Well, that one's quite clear, but some of them aren't. And if you come along here, that's 63. So my one is technically there in this gap, but it appears to be occupied. This place is absolutely beautiful though. I just hope we get to see it at some point with a nice blue sky. But I've already noticed there are those absolute nutters flying about up there in the clouds on their little contraptions. But for now, until that guy turns up, I have something extremely important to tend to. One of them. One of them, one of them, and one of them, some of that, and some of that. And whilst the kettle is vibrating the water on a molecular level to heat up my cup of love, I need to activate my charging station, aka the Jackery Explorer 3000 V2. So welcome to my pretty much daily ritual of charging everything under the sun. So let's fire up the weapon of choice and get these plugged right in to the USB-C sockets and hit the button. And the smart glasses will just whack into one of the 3-pin sockets. But I usually do all of that off camera when I'm driving, but the reason why I'm showing you guys today is because Jackery have, is it 2 great things going on? No, it's 3 great things going on. First of all, Black Friday is coming up, which means they've got some incredible deals on all the way from the 3rd of November, so it's already begun, up to the 23rd of November. So now is a brilliant time to go and check out their entire product range. But the second great thing is that I have a little discount code for you guys down in the description below. Anyway, there is the third thing, that's 2. Third thing. So from October the 27th all the way to the 2nd of December, Jackery are running a campaign where they're planting 1 tree for every £100 or €100 spent through their official website. These trees will be planted in Kenya's mangrove area, and customers will receive details about their trees, such as photos, videos, and the exact planting location. So in other words, as an example, if you spend a couple of £100, you will literally become a parent to 2 bark-covered cylinders in Africa, which I think is pretty cool. So in the description below, I'm going to stick the details of that campaign, along with the dates of their Black Friday deals and the little discount code specifically for you guys, with love from yours truly. Unfortunately for now, all I've got to eat is a Quaker thing. Well, I've got a bit of food in the fridge, but I need to add it to stuff that I don't have. I've got some extremely spicy crisps called Infernos, and I'll wash that down with this delightful honey flavoured coffee. And then once the geezers come along to give me my free bus pass, we shall head off into the town. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera. I can hear the old classic cowbells that you get in Switzerland, and it properly makes me feel like I'm here. I mean, obviously I'm here anyway, I knew that. I'm definitely here. But the cowbells just add to the Swiss experience. I was hoping to be able to see them, but they're all tucked up behind this hedge, I think. But at least we can hear them close up. What a beautiful sound. I've checked in everything fine. Yeah. However, I selected 64.
Yeah, all right. We just looked. This is the gentleman on 64. So I just moved you to 65.
Oh, well, I've parked on 62.
62? Okay.
Yeah, it just seemed to be the nicest, flattest spot.
I'll make you this card, huh?
Oh, yes, thank you. And what's the checkout time tomorrow?
Normally until 11.
11, okay. Yeah.
There you go, that's for you.
Thank you. So I'll just show this on the bus, or do I have to?
You don't even have to show you. It's only when you get into a check. You could just get into the bus. Okay, and otherwise it's a 15-minute walk.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, 15-20 minutes, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that makes life a lot simpler, then I can just walk there. So basically, if you hadn't have already picked this one up, this is the name of the campsite, and the town that I'm going to have a look at is called Interlaken. It's between 2 lakes. It's absolutely beautiful from what I've seen. Oh look, there's a cat having a dump. Nature is truly breathtaking. Well, I've just checked the map. It's actually a 20-minute walk to the beginning of the town, so I'm going to do it anyway. But I'm actually walking in the opposite direction right now because I can see those cows that we could hear on the other side of the hedge. Oh, look at them. Look at them. Absolutely fine specimens these things are. They're effectively like land whales. Hello, mate. How are you doing? See you later, guys. Enjoy your feast. Right, I must have about a 22-minute walk now, so I'm going to crack on with that. If I see anything interesting, obviously I'll hit record. But if not, I will see you guys when we get there. What the hell is that? I'm only about halfway there at the moment, but I wanted to show you a piece of nature, a chunk, if you will. Up there, right, you see that massive cliffy, mountainy rock formation? If you look closer, you see all those lines going diagonally through it. Now, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on this subject, but I think it's like when the mountains formed and like the 2 bits of rock come together and push against each other. Tectonic plate activity and all that malarkey. Who knows? Oh, hello mate. I saw your friend having a massive dump earlier. This place is absolutely beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it's just a little bit annoying that the clouds are blocking some of the mountains in the distance. The weather does actually say it's supposed to be sunny all day right here, but I can't complain. I mean, I've had such good luck with the weather so far, and as much as I would love that sun to come out, you can't win them all. And I certainly can't complain anyway. I mean, look at it. Even though it's cloudy, it's still an absolutely beautiful location. I have made it to Interlaken West. This is the train station which is on one end of the town, and if we head in that general direction there, we will come all the way along to the other end of the town. I think there's another station there, Interlaken East, I imagine. I can't help but wonder what's beyond these initial mountains here. I swear there's like proper mountains, ones that look like this, all snow-capped. But unless Mother Nature has a change of heart, I guess we'll never know. Guys, you are going to be proud of me. I'm walking down the first street here, and look what I've seen. McDonald's. But guess what I'm going to do? Keep walking. Even though I'm due for breakfast 2.0, because that oat bar thing didn't really cut it, I'm not going to have a McDonald's. I'm going to find something else. Would you be able to do a salami and mozzarella? That was a pretty tasty lunch, I got to say, and I am referring to it as lunch now rather than breakfast 2.0 because, well, partly because it's now 2 p.m, but also it's a bit more substantial than I thought. But anyway, I've just started my walk through the town and I've come out into this little bit here, which is quite nice, as you can see. But I've got to say, the town itself, I mean, the last two places I went to in the previous two videos, they were absolutely incredible. This town, I've not really found anything that's really like wowing me. Well, actually, that's not true. The toilet seat in that cafe, it was unbelievable. You press a button and it just started spinning around and cleaning itself. But other than that, it's not quite the exceptional alpine town that I was envisioning. Do you know what I've said in previous episodes, when you're in like... Do you mind? When you're in like mountainous regions, there's often completely different weather systems either side of the mountain, so you go for a tunnel and you come out the other end and it's just different. Well, if you take a look through that gap in the two mountains there, on the other side of those mountains, it looks like clear blue skies with a nice sunny day. I think we're on the wrong side of the mountains. I think we've been ripped right off here. I've just discovered the world's most scenic casino, and now I'm gutted that I don't have my passport with me because I could have gone in there and earned an absolute fortune. Something smells amazing. Like vanilla-y sort of, what is it? That's a coffee place. I don't know what it is that smells like that then. I reckon it was someone vaping, you know. It's always the way. You smell this delicious scent, you're thinking, oh, there's got to be some sort of bakery around the corner. You head round there and no, it's just Neil with his cloud of lies. Right, that's the end of that sort of grassy bit, which is in the centre of the town. So now we're heading into this area, which is the eastern part of the town. Hopefully we'll discover some absolute delights. Look at these. There's a whole colony of washing machines. Do you collect these, do you?
You can put your clothes.
What a fascinating hobby.
Choose the program. Usually people, they wash with this one or this one, color sensitive. You can put your clothes, close the valve.
What an interesting chap. Back in the day, I used to collect pogs or football stickers, but never household appliances. Right, check this out. Behind me over there, there's a track which goes up at like a 45-degree angle up into a tunnel. You must be able to paragliders get up onto the roof of the mountain. But if it wasn't such a cloudy day, oh look, there's one going up there now. But yeah, if the weather was better today, I'd go up there myself just so that we could have a look at the view, but I suspect all we'd be able to see is cloud, and I've had enough of that with Neil and his filthy lies. We have officially reached the east. We are now at the other station, the other end, which means we've walked the entire length of Interlaken. So only one question remains. Now what? Picked up a little bit of shopping from the co-op over the road. I'm now at the bus stop. There's apparently a bus in about 10 minutes time. But this is me we're talking about. I may very well get on the wrong one, but hopefully it will pick me up. I'm going to go back to the campsite for a couple of hours, and then I think I'm probably going to come back down here when it's dark, maybe for some dinner, and check it out at night. I have had enough of that bus. I'm walking the rest of the way. I'm not far from the campsite now anyway. I don't know why I'm walking in the road. It's just around this corner. We are nearly there. I don't really buy a lot. I was topped up on water. I got some paper cups that are able to hold coffee, apparently. So they've got no plastic foily bit in the middle. A bottle of ginger shots. Oh, look at this. Right, so you know I've got the beef that I said I wanted mustard and I want fresh bread for. I didn't get the fresh bread because I'll be making them tomorrow now. But I found this, the tiniest little tube of mustard. Is that it? And 2 protein bars. I don't really fancy one of them right now. Oh, wait a sec. I forgot all about this. If you know me well, you know that I love a Snickers. Well, this one, I'm probably not going to like it, but I had to try it. A strawberry flavour Snickers. It's tiny as well. What is this world up to? It smells like what are those ones you get at Christmas? Roses or something. No, what's the other ones you get? Cadbury's Roses and Quality Street. That's weird. It's almost like the marketing director at Snickers has gone, right, we've got this perfect product. We've had it for years and years and years. But it doesn't matter how perfect it is. People are going to get bored. So I know what we're going to do. We're going to ruin it. But do you want to know something bad? Other than the taste of that Snickers. I've been having thoughts, which is usually bad anyway. But in this case, it's really bad because I keep seeing all these different vehicles in this campsite and the previous couple that I've been to. And it's giving me ideas of possibly getting a new camping vehicle already. I mean, I'm probably not going to do it. But I'm thinking how amazing would it be to have like a pickup truck with a big pod on the back. Or like a lorry, a huge, great big 7-wheeled off-roading beast. Why would it have 7 wheels? I don't know, but I need to stay away from other camping vehicles because I get these ideas in my head and the next thing you know, I'm building something new. It's getting a little bit cold out here now. I think tonight's the first night I'm going to have to crack open the heated mattress protector. I needed it last night really, but in the middle of the night I was like, I can't be bothered. But I think tonight I'll set it up before I go to bed. But I've been looking up restaurant options. In fact, the highest rated one in the whole of Interlaken is here. It says this one's a 5-star restaurant. But I don't think it's open because it's low season. I mean, it looks pretty shut to me. Wouldn't you say that looks pretty shut? So eating at the campsite is out of the question, which is why I'm heading back out. But the next restaurant that I wanted to try, it looks amazing, right? It's like a fondue restaurant, proper Swiss cheese and all that. But I checked it out and it said, make sure you bring some friends for this social meal where you gather multiple people around the fondue pot. Well, I don't have any friends. Well, I've got a couple, just not with me. So that one's also out of question, and I don't really fancy going into the posh gaff when I'm dressed in a childish hoodie. So the only option remaining, I think we all know where this one's headed, don't we? Pizza. But it wasn't just any old pizza, it was authentic Swiss pizza. Well, it's probably Italian. But if you think about it, Italy is next door to Switzerland, so technically I've eaten local. You wouldn't say your next door neighbour isn't local, would you? Anyway, I washed that down with a little lager hell, and now I'm heading down into the centre bit there, just to see what's going on, although judging by how quiet these streets are, I'm guessing not a lot. But still, there might be some pretty lights and all that sort of stuff. Okay, we have reached the centre. Literally. I'm standing on the middle of a roundabout right now. I should probably move. But yeah, we're going to head up this way. This is the way we went earlier when we first got here. And just see if there's anything on offer. I've just realised it's literally Friday night, and this is the extent of the busyness of the main street in the town of Interlaken. I don't hold out much hope for any sort of party vibe, but bear with me. I've typed the word bar into my sat-nav, and I found one, 4.9 stars, so we are about to go and have a lively end to our Friday night. I am back in the van. Ignore my hair, by the way. I've just washed it, so it's probably all over the place. But I think tonight I'm not even going to get the projector out. I'm just going to... Well, I'm going to put my heated mattress protector on. But other than that, I'm just going to go straight to bed because all that hard partying has worn me right out. But before I go to bed, I wanted to tell you something, which is literally amazing. So, you know, sometimes in certain countries, or sometimes even in the UK, in certain villages, outside people's houses you have like an honesty stall. Like in the UK, for example, it will mainly be eggs, right? So people have got pet chickens, the chickens eject their eggs, and then the humans are like, well, people can have these, They put them outside the house, a little box. It says, stick your cash in here, take the eggs, right? An honesty stall. It's brilliant. It makes you feel like you're in a nice place whenever you see that. Well, I've just seen the next level honesty stall outside someone's house. I walked up to it. It was like this glowing beacon. I was like, what the hell is that? So I went up a bit closer. It was literally filled with crystals, but expensive crystals. The doors were fully open, by the way. Admittedly, there was a camera in there, but fair enough, right? Because some of these crystals were up to like 150 euros, and there's just loads of them in there. Anyone could take them out. Bearing in mind, it doesn't matter, there's a camera in there. If someone wanted to, they could just come up, cover their face, nick crystals and leave. But the fact that they don't, that is incredible. And it shows just what sort of area this is. So yeah, I was really, really impressed with that. It was absolutely amazing. And if anyone wants to buy any crystals, by the way, I've got a bag full of them. Obviously, I'm joking, but I need you guys to do me a favour. Cross your fingers and hope that when we wake up in the morning, the clouds will be gone. Good morning, people. I have only been awake for about 1.46 minutes, as you possibly may be able to tell by my face. I haven't even made my bed yet. I've just jumped out of it, whacked my hoodie on because I'm so excited to get out and see if there is blue sky. I didn't even have a sneak peek out the curtain. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the first time I'm witnessing this today with you guys. Are you ready? Come on. Great. Wait just a second. Okay, so we've got horrendous cloudage all over the shop, but look at that. Look at it. We have blue up in the background. It may only be a tiny patch of sky, but look how much of a difference that makes. We've got the sky humans just gliding on by. What an absolutely glorious sight. But just for comparison, right, we've got that over there. Still nice, still a mountain. But then we've got that over there. Look at it go. Unfortunately, the main sort of town area is over in that direction. So there's no point in going back down there to see if we can get a better glimpse of the surrounding mountains. But if we use our complex human brains, we might be able to stitch together some sort of image within our minds based on that. Mayday, mayday, mayday. I've just got my bed up and I've got all my stuff out ready for making a coffee and all that. Went onto my phone, replied to a few emails, then I checked the time. I've got to check out of here in 10 minutes, which means I don't even think I've got time to make myself a coffee. So that is all going to have to go away, and I'm going to have to find a coffee en route. But I'm not leaving until I've gone to say goodbye to my cows. God, look at that. Do you remember yesterday I said I keep getting ideas when I look at different camping vehicles? Well, that one is giving me an idea. But you can see over in the distance behind me where the crazy humans are coming into land. That is the patch of grass which is right in the centre of the town. And I can confirm it's still cloudy as anything over there. I don't believe it. I was wondering why I couldn't hear my cowbells. I can hear them in the distance, but they're right over the back bit of the field, I think, where I can't get to. Gutted. This is where they were yesterday. Grazing on pastures fresh. I don't really want to add trespassing to my list of activities today. I can actually see them right down there in the distance. See you later, cows. But I don't know how well you're going to be able to pick this up, but over in the distance, I've heard this all morning, there's like gunshots or something over there. And just after each shot, there's a massive ripply echo beyond that mountain. I just realised the last few clips have been filming in some weird mode on the camera, so apology if it looked cartoon-like. Don't know if you would have noticed, to be honest with you. But I've got to head back inside the campsite now and just lock everything down in the back and prepare for my journey ahead. Unfortunately, well, it's not that unfortunate because I've checked the weather and apparently it's going to start raining as of tomorrow anyway. But unfortunately, I'm leaving Switzerland and I'm heading north. I'm not going to make it to Belgium today, but that is the direction in which I am going. If I see anything spectacular en route, obviously I will include that at the beginning of the next video. But as for this video, thank you guys so much for watching. It's massively appreciated as always, and I will catch you guys on the next one.